coming through on a Friday, the 4th of March, which, by the way, is National Sons Day. We're all sons. Did your dad wish you a National Happy Sons Day, Cody?
No.
Well, that makes two of us.
I got Happy National Poundcake Day, and that was it.
When is Poundcake Day?
Today.
Well, happy Poundcake Day.
Thank you.
I didn't get you anything, though.
You didn't?
I didn't get him anything for Poundcake Day, no.
Oh, you didn't?
No, did you?
Yeah.
What'd you get him?
I got him a pound cake. I thought he was goofing. It is National Pound Cake
No,
Day.
I woke up to like 5 texts. I'm like, what is this? Who died? And they're like, Happy Poundcake Day. I'm like, if you ain't about to Venmo me no money, then what you wish me Happy Poundcake Day for?
I like how your brain goes to who died.
Then immediately goes from there to, yeah, but where's my money?
BBHMM. Bitch better have my money.
Wow. I got a letter from Jamie, who was our bureau chief in The Colony, Texas. The town is called The Colony. It's suburban Dallas. And she updated her status a while back. She and her husband have moved to Dublin, Ohio. But coming from Dallas, she wrote me and said, I wanted to tell you guys how amazing Bread Zeppelin is. That's what got us going on that whole dumb restaurant band pun thing. She said Bread Zeppelin is unbelievable. My husband and I joke about missing it so much that we want to try to open a franchise up here. It's so good, it was our last meal before driving back to Ohio. But you're a zombie with your food, so you probably wouldn't care, but I guarantee the others would love it. That's Jamie.
I thought it looked good. Like the pictures that we saw looked appetizing.
Yeah, it's like a hollowed out baguette with salad in the middle. That just seemed a little unnecessary. Like I would go for the salad. It's an interesting idea, and clearly it's popular. And we had a. It didn't rise to the level of an argument, but we had a conversation a long time ago about if something was a salad or a sandwich. We got off on a whole salad or sandwich tangent, and this would qualify as both.
Right.
Both salad and sandwich.
But which is it more of? It's more of a sandwich than a salad, I would say.
Yeah, it's stuffed into bread.
It's not even the best part of bread. I like the soft part of the bread, not the crunchy part.
That's what I'm saying. All you're left with is the hard crust. Mm-hmm. But I guess you need a sturdy structure to stuff that salad into.
So this is the place I'm going to open. You take that hollowed out part, you get that nice soft bread, and then you just wrap lettuce around it.
Oh, isn't that what they do when you order like a keto hamburger? Is they wrap it in lettuce instead of the bun?
Yeah.
My wife has done that before. You can order, hey, give me this with I think Jimmy John's does it. It's Unwich is what they call it, I think.
Yeah. I've never.
It seems really messy.
I think they.
Substitute
what's it called? Red Robin.
Red Robin?
Like a name for it. I can't remember what it's called, though.
Cavaliers play tonight, 7 o'clock in Philadelphia. They lost here at home a couple nights ago against Charlotte. They'll play the Sixers tonight at 7, so 6:30 is when that pregame will get going. 6:30, by the way, mere minutes after the Bill Squire Friday Get Down. It seems like an eternity since we've done one, even though it's only been 1 week. But around these parts, it's how we know that the weekend is officially underway. And we only have another week until daylight saving time starts. So next Friday will be the last get down before the clocks go forward. Whether or not that means anything to people who love the get down, I don't know. Don't know. It means that the weekend itself will be 1 hour shorter. All the more reason to enjoy the get down. Alan Cox Show After Hours line. For people who want to just leave messages there, you can. It's 216-986-8903.
Hey, Alan. It's your Kosovo Bureau Chief, former Kosovo Bureau Chief, Brooke, in for the second time today, listening to Wednesday's show. And I just need to make sure I understand. When someone is singing in your car, you pause the song, look at them, and then go ahead. You are the worst person ever.
Yeah, that's right.
I dare my husband. I dare you do that to me one time.
Yeah.
I dare you.
I'll do it to you 100
I would be out of
times.
that car so fast. Ooh, the fact that Gwen does not punch you in the mouth every day of her life makes her a freaking saint. Just for that. You say, go ahead. Oh, the worst.
Yeah, how do you like
bye.
that? Yeah, that's right. I would leave you by the side of the road, Brooke. I'd say, get out. Now, full disclosure, I do not do that to my wife. I would never. However, I think she's pretty aware. I'm on record as to how I feel about it. So if there's levels of degree, you know? If it's me and her in the car, she probably won't. If it's all three of us, me and her and our daughter, if they start singing, I'm not a monster. I'm not going to, put a spike in that. But I'm on record as not enjoying it. So no. But if there were like casual acquaintances or friends in the car, or if I'm giving somebody a ride and they start singing the song with the radio, yes. Pause the music and I say, please. I'm not trying to follow your bliss. I'm not trying to kill your good.
The Sharon remix.
I'm not trying to kill your good time. So go ahead and sing, and then when you're done with your rendition, I'm happy to turn the song back up so I can enjoy the song.
I like how he.
Why should I have to sacrifice my enjoyment of the song because you can't keep it together? Say what?
I like how heated that got her. She is fired up about that.
Yeah, I'm the worst person ever, according to Brooke. Mm-hmm. Worst person.
Go ahead. You are the worst person ever.
Worse than Putin. Worst person ever.
Dare my husband. I dare you do that to me one time. I dare you.
Not even Putin does that. I tell my wife, I don't even know if this guy's married. You think his wife would keep him in line, but
I want you and Brooke to go on a road trip now.
Yeah, we will.
I want to see this happen.
We will.
I want to see what goes down.
And there's going to be a lot of pausing on my.
I would be out of that car so fast. Ooh, the fact that Gwen does not punch you in the mouth every day of her life makes her a freaking saint.
I mean, Gwen is a saint, by the way, just for putting up with me in general. But more specifically, I like how Brooke says that like it's a threat. I would get out of the car so fast, I would open the door.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. I would open the door for you, Brooke. I would open the door for you. It's not like I have a sign in my car, although I'm starting to think that'd be a good idea. You know how you go up to a...
Don't make me tap the sign.
You know how
no
you go
talking to the driver.
That's right. You know how you go up to a store, it'll say no shoes, no shirt, no service, or no soliciting, right? I don't need door-to-door salesmen coming by trying to sell me stuff at my place of business. I'm a little sign. No singing along to the radio. And again, everyone has either spoken or unspoken. Mostly it's unspoken. Everybody has rules for their own car, right? Some people are very explicit about it. They go, my car, my rules. I'm not that guy. But I'm on record as not enjoying when people do that. And if they know I don't enjoy it and they're in my car, availing themselves of my transportation services, I would hope that, if I was in someone else's car and they said, I don't really like when people do that, I'd say, no problem at all.
One of the things
I can keep it together for the brief amount of time we're going to be in this car.
One thing I don't like is feet on the dashboard.
Oh, hell no.
Gotta tell you, don't mind that.
Nope. Or farting. Get your little nasty fecal matter in my
wants
scene.
to fart, but like the
Poundcake said he would kick his brother out for farting in the car.
But my brother is also overweight, and his farts will be gnarly no matter what. But
being overweight, has it occurred to you that he also can't probably hold them in?
Well, that's too bad. You need to drive your own car, and you need to drive with the windows down. Or like you need a moonroof, not a sunroof.
Wait, you think being overweight makes it harder to hold your farts in?
Well, doesn't it? You've got more.
I don't think so.
You've got more pressure on your colon, don't you? If you're a bigger person, Don't you have more pressure on that part of your body?
I don't know if it's to the point where I can't hold it in. I mean, there's definitely some sneakers, but
Okay.
it's not like...
I assumed it would
if
be harder.
If I have to fart, I can hold it, and it's not... I don't know. I think it has
It's
more
not
to do,
straining
I think it
against
has
your-
to do more with your anus. And what's the actual muscle that... Is that the anus, right?
Your rectum.
Your rectum sphincter, whatever it is.
Sphincter,
Whatever you're holding,
muscle.
Whatever you're holding shut, that's what you need to... That's where it comes down
Do you
to.
do your Kegels?
I mean, who doesn't? Right? You got to be ready for any situation.
Yeah.
Working out with a trainer,
Poundcake doesn't.
Don't skip Kegel day.
He doesn't do them.
No, I don't think I do.
Well, you should start.
How do you do them properly? Just
You just squeeze.
doing 'em right now.
You said, I'm doing them right now. Sit where you are and just squeeze. Yep.
I was actually told to do these as a child because I was a bedwetter as a way to strengthen my pelvic floor and have a stronger bladder so I wouldn't wet the bed.
Women
And
post
guess
childbirth
what?
have a harder time kind of keeping things in because they're a little bit blown out for a while. So
Yeah.
we tell them to do that too, postpartum.
And you know what? It didn't work at all.
Yeah, but how diligent were you? You're a little
I was-
kid. You couldn't be blamed if you weren't constantly doing Kegels.
But this is like when I was getting to the not so little kid age and I was still a bedwetter. So I
21?
was doing them a lot.
Oh, were you?
I mean, I went to bed till I was 14. So it was, I was doing them a lot. Maybe that's why I have, maybe even though I am overweight, I have such a strong...
You might, yeah.
I have a strong, resilient beehole that doesn't let farts out the way other fat people fart.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah.
tell me more about your beehole.
That's so nice.
A bunch of assholes.
It's very clean
Grandma,
'cause-
stop.
It's very clean because I have bidets, so
Bidets and confused. Yeah, you are a bidet guy.
I'm very, very happy with the bidets. Very big proponent of the bidet.
Huh. Yeah, well,
Bidet fan.
they're certainly trying to make bidets happen in this country, boy. They are. You can't get on a website that's not trying to sell you a bidet or tell you about a bidet or you don't
Why
know
are
what
you
you're
resisting?
Huh?
Why keep resisting?
Seems unnecessary. I mean, it seems like
nice.
it's not a necessity. So clearly, it's like kind of a luxury item.
But there's a lot of things that aren't necessary that are just a better way of doing things.
But is it a better way of doing things?
Absolutely.
I mean, it wasn't. It certainly, I don't think, took root overseas out of. It seems like it took root overseas more out of necessity than anything else. Like more because,
Just
over the
cleaner.
centuries there was like a paper shortage or something. I don't know. What do I know? People say it's cleaner, but and I'm sure it is, but I've never had an issue with.
Even if you haven't, it's just nice.
I genuinely don't have any reason to not have one. It just seems. I asked Gwen. I said, "Do you want to get one?" And she goes, "Eh." I go, "Okay." If she wanted one, I'd be happy to put one in.
I think it'd be.
But I
nice-
was like, meh.
I think for Mother's Day, you should surprise
Yeah.
her, and then she wakes up that morning, and then boom, a bidet.
There it is.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. I've got some sperm news here. I'm curious if Poundcake has seen this story. Pretty wild. Just politics, man. Politics. It is a blood sport. For anybody who ever, people like to ask the question, everybody in politics is just awful, right? They call politics showbiz for ugly people, is the old adage. There was this British writer named Ernest Benn a long time ago. He said, politics is the art of looking for trouble, finding it whether it exists or not, diagnosing it incorrectly, and then applying the wrong remedy. That's politics. But when you're running against people, it's bloody. And this guy ended his campaign because the person running against him blew up his story that he had an affair with an ISIS wife, with some jihadi woman. This guy was running. God, in what state? A guy named Van Taylor, who looks just as dopey as you think he'd look. He had an affair with an ISIS bride. And she thought...
sounds like a real bad move.
She said that he abused his position in order to gain consent and then continued the affair after learning that she was dealing with crippling depression and suicidal thoughts. I guess her husband was American-born, but he got radicalized or something, and so they went to Syria. And this representative had an affair with this woman, and she gave an interview to somebody, and she thought that the woman running against him, who's like super Trumpy, this guy is one of the few Republicans across the country who I think A, voted to impeach, and B, voted for the January 6th commission. So that puts a target on your back right there in the Republican Party. But I guess this woman that he had an affair with thought that the other campaign would just hit this guy up and go, hey, better come clean or we've got some dirt on you. What they did was they blew the entire thing up and printed it and did a podcast with the woman and the whole thing.
Oh, man. I don't know why anybody gets into politics. It is the worst.
The woman said that she initiated the affair when she told him that she found him attractive. This guy is not.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that's
that'll
all
get the
it
ball
takes.
rolling.
All it takes. But this guy, I think, had... this happened like last year, but I think he was... I don't know. He had told his wife or something. But he began to incessantly message this woman after she told him that her marriage was in trouble. And this guy went into, mine too. Hey, let's have a conversation. But she got suicidal. The cops came and took guns out of her house and whatever. And even though all that was going on, this guy kept doing stuff with her. She said that the guy told her he would buy her home for $600,000 and that he would give her $150,000 to pay for other expenses and that he would help her. Guys go all in on this.
You don't have to do all that.
Just breadcrumb it.
Yeah, man, you don't got to.
He's going to help her launch a fitness studio and the whole thing.
Whatever. Do all that.
So he was, this whole thing blew up in his face because the woman thought that this other campaign would just say, hey, come clean. They released his texts. Those became public, one of which, I mean, it's far too graphic for me to read the text. But I guess this guy was, speaking of bidets, how can I put this?
Oh, no.
He wanted her to...
little chocolate sauce?
He wanted her to be his oral bidet. Let's put it that way.
No.
Yes.
Wait.
He wanted her to
One or
check.
two?
He wanted her to check the rims of his tires and he wanted a job done on the rims of his tire.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so he wasn't looking for...
No, nothing. No scat kind of stuff.
Oh,
no.
getting a little...
He wanted her to go to work back there.
Old RJ, nothing wrong with that. Nice.
So this guy was, but boy, imagine
not
that.
something you ask for though, especially through text. I feel like that's something that that's like if they volunteer it, I'm down. But it's also like it's got to be the right situation. It's not something that I'm like, now get in there, lady.
Lady. I bet by that time, at the very least, if you're going to ask somebody for that, you better be on a first name basis.
Yeah, no, salad is always on the menu.
Hey, lady.
Maybe in your community. I
was going to say, there's limited things.
Theirs is. Mine is not.
I was going to say.
Because I'm, like, that's, first of all, it's not that, like, it's okay. It's great.
I love it.
But it's not, like, I don't need it all
It's
the
not
time.
necessary, no.
There's
No,
there's
it's
things I enjoy a lot more.
It's like Christmas.
And it also is like
once a year.
It's also one of those things, like, once they're done doing it, I'm like, all right. Can you go wash your face now?
Wash your face.
Go brush
Thought
your
you had a
teeth.
bidet.
I do, but it's still a butt.
His text is very graphic, but the first line of it is, I want a long, slow rim while I have a drink. That's what he said. And then all this other stuff he wants to do. Anyway, this whole thing blew up. Because, of course, the other... Like I said, it's a blood sport. You have dirt on the other campaign. You're not going to sit on it. And that's precisely what happened is this other campaign, this woman he was running against, who's everybody in that party now has to out-Trump the next guy. And this woman put all of the information out there.
Well,
Again, this is
But
always in politics.
The Republican...
That's why you should trust ISIS. I mean,
there you go. He had an affair with a jihadi bride or whatever. And
jihadi hottie.
She was a jihadi, all right. Hey, Tim, hello.
Hello?
Hey, Tim, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? I just had a bidet comment.
Yeah.
When I was in school for plumbing, my teacher put it to me this way. It kind of made sense. He goes, if you're outside walking barefoot and you step in some dog poo, are you going to take a dry rag and wipe it off? Or are you going to add water and soap and clean it?
I've made the same argument.
No, listen, it all makes sense. I'm not saying I don't understand it. I'm just saying that somewhere along the lines, people's interest here in bidets just blew up. I mean, they're trying to sell them to you, and you can have them installed or put in your own, or, so maybe it's a good idea that has finally found, or a superior idea that has finally found an audience stateside. I don't know. Texas is where this guy's from. Everything's bigger in Texas. Texas House Rep Van Taylor had an affair with an ISIS bride named Tanya Joya from Syria. Hey, Kelly in Akron, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing, Alan?
What's up?
Hate the show.
Thank you, sir.
Earlier, a couple minutes ago, you guys were talking about driving around and stuff, and someone said putting feet on the dashboard.
Yep.
That is the biggest thing that drives me nuts when I'm driving on the road. I'll see people in the passenger seat with their feet on the dash. It drives me nuts. And
are we talking shoes or feet?
Shoes or feet, whatever it is.
Oh yeah?
Either way.
Yeah, just putting your feet up there. It surprises me how careful you usually are about things. That's not a big deal because you never know what could happen when you're driving. T-bone, get sideswiped, airbags go off.
Yeah, but
fold it in half.
I don't know if understood, but I don't know if having your legs up. I mean, you get T-boned, having your legs up might. I don't know. I've seen people.
You never know
I've seen people
the
on
airbags are going to go off.
I've seen people on road trips with like their leg resting on the side mirror. That I would never recommend anybody do that.
Grosses me out.
Yeah.
Bare feet. Toes in the wind. I mean, I'm sure it feels good.
Feels great. Toes in the wind.
Toe in the wind.
Okay, thank you, Kelly.
Why were you talking about beer holes and penises on the radio, Daddy?
Well, because a Republican from Texas was doing naughty, naughty things, honey.
Yes.
I got a break. Our friend Jason Lawhead is going to join us briefly. He's back in town, do some shows at Hilarities. So we'll catch up with him. I'll have